Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ground and Pound podcast, best bets video for UFC Nashville. Lewis taking on Teixeira in the main event. And as always, I'm here to talk parlays, I'm here to talk money lines, and I'm here to talk props with you for our best bets here. And if you're enjoying the content here on the Ground and Pound podcast, hit that like and subscribe button as we talk about the slam of the week, the confident parlay. This parlay has hit 6 of its last 7 events, looking to make it 7 of 8 now. And kicking things off, we have Chris Curtis Moneyline. I like Action Man here to get it done in the first leg of our confident parlay. This is the parlay that I put the most money on every week. And I think that Curtis pulls this one out. I think that the boxing is going to be too much for Max Griffin. I think the takedown defense is going to keep this one on the feet. And we already know with Action Man, he can put up volume. He's going to be able to rip to the body. He's going to be able to get it done here with the striking. I think ultimately he wins a decision or gets a late finish here. And for the second leg of our confidence slam of the week, we have Mike Davis getting back in the win column. I think he finds the finish here inside the distance. I've got him here. I think that the odds here are a little bit reflective of his previous performance. I think he comes in here and gets the finish. That's going to round out our confident parlay inside the distance for Mike Davis. Money line for Curtis here, kicking things off for our slam of the week at plus 106. Like I said, looking to continue our hot streak on our slam of the week. And next up, we have the chalk parlay, the one where I throw a couple of heavy favorites together to get us plus money. And kicking things off, we have Chidi Njokuani here taking on Jake. I like Chidi here, man. I think that he's going to be the better striker overall. I think that he's just going to stand his ground. He's going to have the much different striking techniques with his Muay Thai style. Jake Matthews, a little bit more of a boxing heavy approach. I think that the Muay Thai style here, whether it be in the clinch with the knees and the elbows, whether it be the teep kick, the long jab, I just think that the success that Chidi's had since moving down from middleweight to welterweight can't be ignored here. Money line for Chidi here as the first leg of our chalk parlay. And kicking things off with the second leg here, we have Vitor Petrino him moving up to heavyweight here against Austin Lane. And I think he finds the chin here of Austin Lane. Obviously a very chalky price tag here on Petrino, but I do think that he has the power, he has the raw skill, and he does have the striking here to find that glass chin of Austin Lane here as the second leg of our chalk parlay. And the third leg, we have a Mora. I like Mora here to get it done against an old 41-year-old Lauren Murphy. I just think that Mora here is going to have basically the bigger gas tank, the better skills. I think she's going to be well-versed on the ground. I think that the younger, more athletic, better gas tank, she looks good at this weight class since moving up. And I just think that 41 years old for a 2.5-year layoff, it is hard to trust in a woman like Lauren Murphy. That's going to round out our chalk parlay for our third leg here. Hopefully this one can cash for these big favorites at plus 116. And next up, we have the plus 3.5 spread here for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I do think that this fight is a little bit 50-50. I think that Wonderboy is obviously the better striker, as we know. He is hard to trust at 42, but all we need him to do here is win one round, and we're sitting here at plus money. He's sitting here at something like plus 300 on the money line. All we need him to do is win one round, and we saw in that Buckley fight in his last performance that he definitely won at least either the first or the second round before being knocked out. I definitely gave him at least the first round. And I think against a guy like Gabriel Bonfim, doesn't necessarily have the power in the hands or the striking technique to really give Wonderboy too much of a threat on the feet. And when it comes to the grappling, obviously we know that Wonderboy needs to keep this one upright. He does a good job of defending takedowns against the fence. And I do think that Bonfim might struggle here if he can't get this fight to the ground. So I do like the spread here for plus 3.5 on Wonderboy. We need him to win one round here in order to cash. And hopefully I think he can do that. I do think that that's a very live possibility here. Even if he doesn't win this fight outright, we'll talk a little bit about him in the props later on. But give me Wonderboy here, plus 3.5 on the spread to get it done. And next up, as always, every single week, my dog of the week, my favorite betting underdog on the entire card. And this week's dog of the week, as I've already explained in the video, is Calvin Kattar, sitting at plus 100 here against Steve Garcia. If you're interested in a full, really in-depth breakdown as to why he is my dog of the week, I'll leave a link in the description. There'll be a link for that at the end of the video as well. Full highlight reel tape of some of Calvin Kattar's highlights throughout his career. pretty much deserve an Emmy for that video. I got to be honest, it was one of my favorites to do. Obviously, Calvin, a friend of my co-host Carlos on the channel, and I think he gets it done this week here against a wild Steve Garcia. I think he gets back in the win column here. Full breakdown in that video. Check that out if you're interested. Dog of the week. Come on, Calvin, let's get it done. And next up, we have the props section for our best bets here. And kicking things off, man, who doesn't love a Derek Lewis knockout? I think there's a lot of value to be had here for Derek Lewis round 1 KO. It's sitting at plus 650 here. And I think that both of these props, to be quite honest with you, are an easy hedge. I would just take Teixeira to win in round 1 KO, or just, to hedge it, just to give it that way that you've got the plus money sitting on the Derek Lewis side. You hope for a Derek Lewis knockout. If it doesn't happen, I think Teixeira wins by first round knockout as well. So easy way to hedge this bet, really. Hopefully you can root for a Derek Lewis win, and you can hedge the bet with that side, with the Teixeira side. But I do think that there's value to be had on a Derek Lewis knockout. I don't really need to explain it. The guy leads the UFC in all-time knockouts. Derek Lewis, first round knockout, sitting at plus 650 here. I like the value. And the second prop that we have is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson here by decision. I think that that's exactly how this fight goes. I think it's either going to be bomb theme with a lot of grappling, a lot of heavy wrestling, and a lot of top control, maybe body triangle and winning rounds, or it's going to be Wonderboy with the striking here to get this one done on the judges' scorecards. And again, you can hedge it with bomb theme by decision, sitting at plus money. And I like Wonderboy here. We can root for a Wonderboy win and hedge it with the bomb theme by decision. But I do like Wonderboy here to get it done. I think that these odds are a little bit too wide. He looked good in that last Buckley fight, as I mentioned. And like I said, I'm going to take him plus 3.5, as I mentioned earlier on with the spread. But I think he might get it done here by decision with the striking. And as always, guys, I have to let you know what's coming on the channel or what is already here. We have the full card breakdown for UFC Nashville. Lewis versus Teixeira is live on the channel. Carlos and I do a full card in detail breakdown of each fight on this card. Should be a banger. That video should be popping up for you shortly. We have the dog of the week, Calvin Kattar, full highlight reel tape, as I mentioned. Check that video out. It's an absolutely stunning video. I'm very impressed with myself, as you can probably tell. And who will win? We've got the Who Will Win series back on this channel. JDM taking on Islam, that future matchup. Carlos and I do a breakdown of that fight, of who we think will win, how we think the matchup will play out. That is live on the channel as well. All of those videos should be linking up for you shortly. And if you're enjoying the content, as I always say, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.